It went something like, I like big loans and I cannot lie. Your application I won't deny. Something about an itty bitty rate and something in your face. I am Brandy Whitmire. This is episode 30, which I'm very, very excited about. 33 is my favorite number. If you know me, you know 3 is my favorite number. I base everything off of threes, and I didn't even realize until today that it was episode 30, so how fun. I've been consistent on this for 30 episodes, which is a pretty big deal for me because I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera. I have had to grow a lot in order to start doing this and be consistent at it. So I'm kind of digging that. I'm kind of excited that that this is episode 30, and I get to keep on talking to all of you and getting the great feedback that I get in the private messages and groups. I'm seeing like some things coming to fruition from the videos. Whenever I'm out, people talk about it, and that's really cool. So just so you know, like hearing that kind of feedback just kind of motivates me to do it more, because I wonder sometimes if, am I wasting my time? Am I giving good information out there? Is it worth it? What can I be doing better? Is it boring? I try to make it not boring, because I don't think mortgages are boring, because you can do so many things with it. But, I also get told that I'm kind of weird for saying that. So I get that too, but I love it. And I feel like the more that the more that it'll give you ideas of how you can implement lending and mortgages and homes and real estate into your life and make it work for you, make it your side hustle, and make it something fun and a leverage tool. So that's really my goal in all this is, not for you not to be intimidated by terminology or loan amounts, or what is a jumbo loan, like we're going to talk about today. And all of those things that are scary whenever it comes to money and finance and things like that. So that's my intention. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm Brandy Whitmire. I am a direct lender, a banker, and a broker. And today we're going to talk about jumbo loans. And I'm going to go over a couple questions that I get constantly on jumbo loans. And by the way, Happy New Year again. And if you haven't filed your homestead exemptions and you purchased last year, make sure you file those, because there is a deadline for it and you will not be able to get credit if you do not file it. So go file your homestead exemptions. If you have questions on that, email me, bwhitmire@financemyhome.com, or you can call us here at the office, 214-660-5000, and we'll help you out. No problem at all. Not a big deal. Even if you didn't get a loan through us, we're happy to help you. So what is a jumbo loan? A jumbo loan is basically anything over the current Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac conventional loan limit. Conventional loans are Freddie and Fannie loans. That's just what they're called. And the loan limit can change every year. For example, in 2019, starting January 1st, our new loan limit is $484,000 and $350. So $484,350. I haven't said that one out loud yet before, so that was a little weird. So it changes every year, and I'm so glad that the loan limits are getting higher, because it was getting harder. Like the loan limits were not appreciating, right, as much as the actual real estate in our towns and in our communities. So we have 6%, appreciation on homes, but are our loan limits appreciating or raising 6% a year? No, that wasn't happening. In fact, from 2006 until 2016, for 10 years, the loan limit stayed at 417. So think about that, 6% appreciation. Of course, we did have a major shift in the economy in the beginning of that realm, but think about that. For 10 years, it didn't change. In 2017, it changed to 424. We got $7,000 higher. In 2018, it changed to 453,000. So I was pretty excited about that. It's about 30 grand. I mean, I can work with that. That's going to help some of my borrowers not have to get into a jumbo loan, stay conventional, or use a jumbo loan, and or be able to split the loans in order to not be a jumbo loan. And I'll talk about that. But now 2019, $484,350 is the loan limit. And why is that important? Well, again, appreciation and all that kind of stuff. But a jumbo loan is, and I was looking at this earlier, I broker out to 24 and 13, so 27. I broker out to 37 different companies. Okay, so imagine that Fannie has their own guidelines, Freddie has their own guidelines, and those are conventional. Well, I have 27 other entities that I can take your loan to. Technically, there's FHA, VA, and USDA as well, so there's even more than that. But so basically I have 30 different entities I can take your loan to. So whenever you come to me with, this is my situation, this is my, where I am, I'm self-employed, I have a big loan, I had a bankruptcy, I had a foreclosure, whatever the case may be, I'm going to be able to pull in your information and go, okay, your specific information is going to fit here. And this said, whether I have to broker it out, whether it's in-house, that's why I love working here, because I'm a direct lender and I can broker out. So it's super helpful for the consumer, for the borrower, because if it doesn't fit the traditional conventional guidelines, then there are 27 other places I can look at to try to take your loan to in order to make it work. So in 2019, a 4-unit, and these loan limits are considered by units too, right? So $483, $350,000, $350 is for 1 unit. So for a 4-unit, the loan limit is $931,600. So almost $1 million on a loan limit for a 4-unit. So you could live in one and rent out 3. And then there's 2-family, 3-family loan limits as well. But main thing is, what is a jumbo loan? Anything over that. So what happens if you are buying a $600,000 home? Does that mean that you can only take out $483 if you only fit those guidelines, and then the rest you have to put down minus whatever 5% or whatever? No. So in order to avoid going jumbo, which I'm not saying to avoid, in fact, the rates on jumbo, I was quoting 3.875 on a 5 and a 7 one today. 5-1 arm and a 7-1 arm, which are more common on jumbo loans because of the size of the loan. But I'll get into that. You don't have to get a jumbo loan if it doesn't fit you. So you can do what's called a combo loan or a piggyback. You can do an 80-10-10. So what is an 80-10-10? It's 80% first lien. You can do it 80% first lien fixed on a conventional side if you want. Put 10% down, and then put 10% on a second lien. And that second lien could be variable or whatever, but it's going to be a smaller lien, and you can pay that down, as you will, but you'll have 2 different liens, and that will also help you avoid mortgage insurance because your first lien is at 80%. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. You can split it up to max out the 483, right? And then get a second lien and put 5% down. So that's some kind of manipulation in order to put 5% down whenever you're really in more the jumbo arena. So there are different ways to do that. And whenever you're dealing with a loan product that is that high, or like a loan balance that is that high, the interest rate is going to be really, really important, right? Because you're talking about a large loan. So 5% on a $100,000 loan is going to be a lot different than 5% on a $500,000 loan. It's literally going to be 5 times as much, right? So on bigger loans, typically, people always ask, like, why I don't want ARMs. They're scary. They, if I get a 10-year ARM, the 11th year, the rate could go up. Well, yes, the rate could go up. But in 10 years, if you're doing a 10-1 ARM, which is what most of my jumbo clients do, I would say the majority of my jumbo clients, which is anyone over $483,000 right now, which is probably about a third of my pipeline, is of my loans that go through, are jumbo products. I am nationwide, so I've got California, I've got Jersey, I've got Texas, I've got most of them are in Texas right now, actually. But the majority of them are going to go with a longer term ARM, which means, so there's 3 ARMs that we offer. 10-1, 7-1, and 5-1. So what that means is it's fixed for 10 years, and that it can adjust every 1 year after that. That's 10-1. So at 7-1, it's fixed for 7 years. It can adjust every year after that. 5-1, same thing. You got it, right? The average person, it holds their loan for 4.5 years. So I'm not saying you just need to look at your situation. But on a jumbo loan, typically most of my jumbos go with a 10-1. The second product would probably be a 7-1, then a 30-year fixed, then a 5-1. But for example, I always do a 5-1 because it's the lowest rate. The lower in the term that you go, the lower in the arm, the lower the rate's going to be. I'm in this industry, so I know I'm going to refinance. I'm going to refinance probably every couple years, 1 to 2 years or whatever, on every single one of my homes. So if it makes sense, if the rate is low enough, I'm going to do it. But think about a 10-1. You can do a 10-1 arm on a loan that's over 483 or below. This, by the way, this product is for any loan. And refinance or sell within that 10 years. I mean, think about, it's 2019. Think about what you were doing in 2009. Very different. That's what 10 years equates to. So there are a ton of different products. You know, I like jumbo as well because it allows me to be creative. A lot of my jumbo clients are self-employed. So I have to use assets only, bank statement, loans. I have to use, get creative with trying to use 1 year of tax returns. Foreclosures, short sales they're a little bit harder on those, but some of them are not. It depends on the amount of money down. Cashing out on a jumbo loan is a little bit different. So there's a lot. We can get really creative whenever we're brokering out in general, but especially on these jumbo loan products, which I love so much because obviously it allows so much opportunity to save and look at appreciation and really start seeing market trends, especially in areas that are appreciating wildly and quickly. So another question is, can I put 5% down? I kind of went over this before, but there is a way to manipulate whenever you're buying a 500 or now it doesn't matter if it's 500 because it's 483 anyway, but let's say it's a $550,000 home, you only want to put 5% down, you can absolutely do that. Because we have second lien products. You do the first loan at 483, you do the second loan for the remaining less the 5% that you put down, and you can use gift funds for that. Sometimes in some situations. So there are so many ways that you can get around jumbo. And if you ask me, jumbo actually has a lot more availability and a lot more options than a conventional within something that's under 483 most of the time. So if you are considering a jumbo product, definitely let me know. Like I said, I've got 37 that I can broker to, and then plus our regular conventional Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA, USDA, and all that. So we have all the products. If I don't have it, if I can't find it, I will be diligent and help you find it. But I also want to show people who talk about real estate and they're not sure if real estate is a good investment. I just want to tell you this. This is why I love doing these lives as well, because I start doing research and I start getting down like a little rabbit hole and I start learning. So it's really educational for me as well to do these sometimes. So I just want to talk about or show you that in 1980, the loan limit was $93,750. $93,750. Today it's $483. And these loan limits are not even indicative of what is truly the appreciation of the market. But just think about that. In the year 2000, the loan limit was $252,700. So in 2010, 417. We talked about that. 2006, 2017, or 2016 was the same. But look at that appreciation and look at that difference just in loan limits. That is incredible. We're talking about almost $400,000 difference since 1980 just in a loan limit. So that's awesome. Like I said, bigger loans, bigger interest, more money being spent on interest. So there is, again, so many ways to get those rates down and find loopholes and be creative. There's the word. Be creative in how you structure a jumbo, whether you want it to be jumbo or not, which is over 483,000. So reach out. Don't be intimidated by anything loan. Just send me a message in Facebook. Email me, b@whitmirefinancemyhome.com. Reach out to us on Instagram or email, or phone, 214-550-6000. Whatever you need, whatever questions you have, we are here always. And reach out and let me know if you have any ideas, or if there's someone that you want me to interview, or if you have any ideas of anything else that you would want me to talk about. Let me know. I'm happy, and I will absolutely get out there and find the information for you and deliver it. And other than that, I will see you next week. Talk to you soon.